project is inspired by the work of Kim Adams, who's inspired by kit bashing, which is when people who make miniature model vehicles from kits combine parts from different kits to make something entirely new. Kim Adams actually uses real vehicle parts to create amazing new hybrid things. I don't have kits to work with, and I don't have real vehicles I can take apart to work with, but I have all this great, mostly metal stuff. I have lids from frozen juice cans. This is a spring from inside a flashlight. This is the foil that you peel off the top of yogurt when you're opening it. These are plumbing things. This is a sink drain and a sink strainer. These are cupboard handles, coat hooks. This is this coil back from a coil back notebook. These are bits of wire, which is really useful for putting things together. It doesn't have to be new. It doesn't have to all be the same. This is a chain. Chains are pretty useful too. Things that have holes in them where you can slip some wire through, or edges that you can clip things to, or fit things together somehow, work really great. You can also use things like paper clips or binder clips or safety pins, old keys. There's all kinds of things you can use. You'll think of things that I don't even have here. And you can look in places like the junk drawer, or the basement, or the workshop, or the garage, or the barn, or the garden shed to find stuff to work with. I usually don't start with a plan. I usually just start kind of playing around with things, and I see what will fit together. So with this, I think, well, hey, there's, I wonder if I could fit these things together. This is a sink strainer and a cupboard handle. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put something else in there because there's room. I'm going to do this and tighten that up. Kind of center it, and voila. Now I don't know what it is, but I kind of like it, and I just kind of keep doing that till something sort of starts making sense to me. I don't know if this goes this way or this way, but I kind of like it. I decided that I like this just the way it is, and I'm not going to try to attach anything else to it, but look what I discovered. It does this, which I really like. I also have this, which is made using the same working method of attaching bits of metal together without a plan to create something new. And it ended up being this little articulated figure. Articulated means that it moves at the joints where it's connected. There's a story about this. Ramey Modern and the Mendel Art Gallery before that have been visiting Royal University Hospital Pediatrics and now the Children's Hospital for years, taking art-making activities to kids and families at the hospital. I made this little figure on a visit to RUH Pediatrics using the little bits of metal I had to work with on that day. These two things are completely different, even though they're made using the same method. This is attached completely using wire, and this one uses no wire at all. They both move, but they move in different ways. So I continued making some additional things using the same method. I had another sink strainer, and I had these two little posts that I was able to put through the holes of the sink strainer and attach there. And then I used the coil spring from a coil-bound notebook and attached that. And to that I attached a string because I like the way that the string would allow this to move. So now I have three things that all move, and they all move in different ways. Then I realized that this little articulated figure might just fit right here, because these things seem like similar scale to me. And I think they do fit. I think that works. I still don't know what it is, but I'm starting to think space or interplanetary travel or a space exploration or something like that. So now with space in mind, I created this. And I think this might be a satellite or a beacon or a transmitter or a receiver. I'm not entirely sure. It's made with a bike part and 2 springs from inside of flashlights. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but I used a really fine silver wire to kind of sew or stitch the springs onto the bike part to hold it all together. And then I added this chain. I don't know what this chain is from, but of course I like that it allows this to move and it kind of orbits or something. So now I have all of these things that are kind of related to space in my imagination. I didn't set out to make something about space, but I think this ended up being something about space. And now I think I'm going to try to put these things together to create a metal art galaxy. Stay tuned.